Alright, folks, we're gonna start in just a moment. Hang tight while I work out these bugs. Okay, I believe we have our technical issues sorted. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. I will reset and I will start the net. Hello, and welcome to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. I'm Kimberly, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar is my call sign. Oh, sorry. I'm Kimberly, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control operator. I'm going against my script for a moment. My pronouns are she, her. This net is a roundtable for general discussions and friendly chats. Please direct all calls through the net control station. We meet every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time, and we're about 8 minutes late. Before we begin, is there any emergency or other priority traffic? If there is an emergency at any time, please say break, break, and we will assist you promptly. This net provides a safe place for members of the LGBTQIA+ community and their allies to connect over the airwaves. It is open to all licensed amateur radio operators without the need for membership. We also welcome third-party traffic. Speaking of memberships, the Pride Radio Group fosters an inclusive environment for learning, experimenting, and enjoying radio communications. We encourage, promote, and support diversity within the wider radio community. We share our experiences and knowledge, celebrate Pride on the air, and welcome all individuals. To learn more about the Pride Radio Group, join us and gain access to our Discord chat room. Visit prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group. Or you can check out Victor Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf or Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf on QRZ. Membership is free, and all are welcome, regardless of who you are and who you love. Unless you harbor hatred towards us, of course. This net is being relayed on the Pride Radio Network and its affiliated systems, including All-Star, Echolink, IRLP, DMR, YSF Reflector, WiresX, M17, NXDN, P25, and D-Star, as well as Zello. It is also streamed live on Broadcastify and Broadcastify, Icecast, and my YouTube channel. Searchable by my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. For information on how to connect to this network or access our live streams, visit prideradionetwork.com. That is prideradionetwork.com. You can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger on Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org. That is netlogger.org. NetLogger allows you to log into the net, view real-time call signs, and actively participate. For Android and iPhone users, you may download On Air NetScraper instead. That is On Air NetScraper. Now, before we start tonight's net, does anyone have news, announcements, or other items to share with the Net and the Pride Radio Group? Really hearing nothing, I do have one. My apologies for not hosting the net last week. I was dealing with some very personal issues, and it made me unable to host the net last week, but thankfully we are able to convene for this week. With that being said, let's move on to check-ins for the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. We'll begin with mobile stations, those short on time, and those who plan to participate briefly, also known as an in and out. If you fall into any of those categories, please come forward with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. Feel free to share your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar, standing by for check-ins for mobile time-constrained, and brief stations.
Kilo India 6 Whiskey Papa Kilo, KI6WPK.
Alrighty, Kilo India 6 Whiskey Papa Kilo, got you down. Any other mobile time-constrained, brief stations, in and outs, etc.?
Kilowatt Bravo 3, Sugar Queen Victor, Kilo Bravo 3, Sierra, Quebec Victor, K3 SQV.
Alrighty, Kilo Bravo 3, Sierra, Quebec Victor, got you down. Any other mobile short on time or in and out stations? Alrighty, let's go ahead and get you two going, and then we'll take some more check-ins. KI6WBK, go ahead and take it. KJ7OMO.
Well, good afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Here's Bill in San Francisco, and I'm in the middle of cooking cilantro lemon chicken. I'm going to sit down with my boyfriend and chow down in a few minutes. But I wanted to check in and say hello to you and everybody else. I hope we all have a wonderful Sunday and Saturday night. KI6WPK, back to net.
Alrighty, Bill, great hearing from you as always, and that chicken cilantro stuff sounds really good. You gotta share that with some of us sometime. Hi. KB3SQV from KJ7OMO, go ahead and take it.
KJ7OMO from KB3SQV. Good evening, everyone. It's just going to be a quick in and out for me tonight. I've got some friends and family in, and I'm doing some entertaining, but I wanted to make sure that I checked in. I finally got my hotspot set to static talk group, this talk group, on FreeDMR all the time, so that way I can just sit and monitor it. and then I can dial talk groups on slot 2, so that makes me very happy. RE, the chicken recipe, you can just up that somewhere in Discord. That would be great. To the wonderful gentleman in San Francisco, thank you. Otherwise, that'll be it. 7-3, and I hope everyone else has a good evening. This is Jay, Juliet Alpha Yankee, KB3SQV, back to net.
Alright, KB3SQV from KJ7OMO returning. Alright, well, good hearing from you, and have fun, and 7-3 to you, and we'll see you next time. Unfortunately, Bill does not have access to Discord, but he is welcome to email me the recipe, and I could relay it over to you via Discord. Alright, before we take in normal check-ins, do we have any additional mobile short on time and in and out stations? Alrighty, hearing no response, we will now take check-ins from anyone, anywhere. If you'd like to join the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, please provide your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. You may also share your pronouns if you wish. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar, Mike Oscar, standing by for check-ins from anyone, anywhere. Wakey, eggs and bakey. Come on, people, if you'd like, anyone, anywhere, if you'd like to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net, all I need from you are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you may also share your pronouns if you like. I am taking check-ins from anyone, anywhere, doesn't matter if you're mobile or not. Come all to the Pride Radio, to Worldwide Pride Net, and let's have some fun. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for check-ins from any station. There's gotta be some more folks out there. Come on now, don't be shy. Pick up your mics and say hi. Do we have any additional stations out there wishing to check in? Please come now. Alright, we have a Discord check-in from Kilo Bravo 7, Papa Sierra Tango, who is currently having some issues getting into the network, but we're gonna try and get her issue sorted. So, KB7PST, Alexia, or Alex, I think, we'll try to get you in there. So, we got you down. Anybody else out there wishing to check in, please come now. Alright, there's apparently some issues with some of our endpoints. We're gonna look into those, but for right now, we're gonna turn it back over to KI6WPK just to keep this thing going. KJ7OMO.
Yeah, well, I'll send you the recipe for the cilantro chicken. There are two groups of people who can't stand cilantro and people who love cilantro, and I'm in the love camp. But I have a cousin who can't even be near it, so it has something to do with your genes, so I've read. Anyway, I love it, and I'm going to finish making it now. KI6WPK, back to a very slow net tonight.
Alright, KI6WPK from KJ7OMO returning. Sounds good. I actually don't mind cilantro. Sometimes I'll have cilantro in some of the food that I eat. It's really good stuff. But yeah, it's interesting how some people hate it. Alright, well, we'll keep an eye out on for your email. And yeah, the net is real slow tonight. Normally we have about, I don't know, maybe 8 or 10 people, sometimes more than that, but things lately have been real slow, and we're hoping things will pick right back up again. Alright, let's see if Kilo Bravo 7 Papa Sierra Tango is able to connect. Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. We're just going to do a connectivity check with FreeDMR real quick. Stand by, folks. Kilo Juliet 7.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar testing FreeDMR.
Okay, well, I was able to make a successful transmission into FreeDMR, so it looks like the network is working. So I think the problem is on Alex's side. We'll try and get her sorted, though, because we really do want her to... We really do want to hear her and what she has to say on the net. Alright, while we work on that on the background, let's see if we have any other station out there wishing to check in. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar standing by for any additional check-ins to this net.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, Victor Kilo 2 November Mike Zulu. Victor Kilo 2, November Mike Zulu.
Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta. Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta.
Kilo Bravo 7 Papa.
right, I believe I heard Victor Kilo 2, November Mike Zulu. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta, got you 2 down. And I believe I heard Kilo Bravo 7, Papa Sierra Tango trying to transmit into the network, but I only got a partial call sign out of it. Alrighty, well, we're gonna go down these lists. We're gonna go through these list of stations and yeah, I'll work through them. KB7 PST, since you were checked in via Discord, you go first. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, apparently Alex is still having radio issues. Victor Kilo 2, November Mike Zulu from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Victor Kilo 2, November Mike Zulu. Good afternoon, Stan Kimberley. I just heard Tony pop up then as well. So I'm just dropping in live via the local D-Star repeater today. I hope everybody is well and keeping out of trouble. So I'm just doing a bit of running around. It's a nice slow day, which has changed from my normal chaotic life. Not a huge amount of news on this side, is that I'll be heading into Sydney tonight to do one of the national amateur radio news broadcasts, which will be streamed live this evening. I'll put some information up on the Discord, but it would somewhat be interesting to see whether that can be heard around the world. I'm fairly sure we have a 40-meter AM transmitter which puts out 400 watts on AM, which is quite belty, and most of the transmitters are between 100 and 400 watts, anywhere from 23 centimeters up to 160 meters. So I'll put that info out there, but that will be from about 7:30 p.m. Eastern Sydney time tonight. That is it from me. I haven't really got much else to do. So thank you very much there, and good evening to everyone else. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, Victor Kilo 2, November Mike Zulu.
VK2, November Mike Zulu from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar returning. Well, that sounds a lot very exciting. I would love to listen in on it. If you could also include the time in the Coordinated Universal Time on the on your Discord post, that would be really awesome, because that will help me figure out what time I should tune in and try and listen out for that. That sounds like a whole lot of fun. Thanks for your check-in, and we're glad that you've made it here. We're gonna go ahead and toss the mic over to Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Yeah, g'day, Kimball, and everyone else. Yeah, just not long home from the race that I was in this morning. That was an interesting experience. The first time I've had a run that spanned 2 states. Was up at Moama, which is on the New South Wales side of the Victoria-New South Wales border. And we actually ran across the river back into Echuca on the Victorian side. And then turned around and ran across the second bridge back into New South Wales. So my first interstate run, literally. Yeah, I've run in other states, but I've never actually crossed the state line during a run. So that was a novel experience. And yeah, I've just switched across to D-Star. I checked in on All-Star, and now coming in on D-Star. Just for a bit of a change. Anyway, I'll keep this one short. Not sure how long I'll stick around, might only be a few overs. I've got a Zoom meeting in a few hours' time. KJ7RMO with the group, VK3JD.
Alrighty, VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. Great hearing you out there as always, and yeah, sounds like you've been busy, and yeah, it also sounds like you've had a great run. Alright, Tony doing a great job out there, beating a lot of those records, I'm sure. Alright. Before we kick it back up to the top of the list, was there any other station that wanted to be checked into the net? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar standing by. Alright, I believe I heard a very brief key up and that was it. Was there another station trying to check into the net? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any check-ins. Alright, we have a Mastodon check-in from Kilo Charlie 0, Bravo, Lima Kilo. Thank you for your check-in on Mastodon, and thanks for listening in. And folks, I forgot to mention, in case if you cannot check into this net via voice, you can also check in via NetLogger, Discord, Mastodon. You can check in by sending me an email. You can find that on my QRZ, and you can also check in via WinLink. Rather, it's regardless of how you get in on WinLink, you can check in via WinLink as well. And if you are able to reach me on my personal social media accounts, you can reach me there. You can check in via that as well if you know who I am on those social media accounts. Alrighty, we're gonna kick it right back up to the top. KI6WPK from KJ7OMO. Alright, well, looks like we lost Bill there, but he did check in when we were looking for mobile short on time and in and out, so we're going to assume he was short on time and he's out. We're going to try Kilo Bravo 7 Papa Sierra Tango again. Are you able to connect? Let's see if you've got your radio issues sorted. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar and the group from Kilo Bravo 7 Papa Sierra Tango. How copy?
Loud and clear. Go ahead and take it.
Early in the at EST from the original Oregon. Of course, the first time that I tried to check in via a hotspot, it's going to go a little bit south. I've not used much other than TGIF and Brandmeister through it so far, and had all sorts of stuff programmed up, and of course only one or two things want to work. Isn't that always the way? Yeah, a nice, quiet, calm evening here in the Pacific Northwest. About 80 degrees Fahrenheit, overcast. We had a little rain this morning. It's that kind of hot and muggy that I don't particularly like, but otherwise pretty good. Sad to miss the night last week, although it sounded like we skipped last week. Family and I were in Seattle for my spouse's work, I'm going to say retreat, but work gathering, and that was quite nice. So yeah, that's it for me for now. KJ7OMO and the group KB7PSD.
Alright, KB7PST from KJ7OMO returning. Copy that. Well, I'm glad you had a great trip over in the Seattle area, and yeah, it sounds like you had a lot of fun there. Glad that you were finally able to get your hotspot issues sorted and you're able to join us. Yeah, the TGR bridge with TGIF is messed up at the moment. I'm not sure what the status on that is. I know they're trying to. I know Tony. He is trying to get that reestablished, but there's been some headaches here, and there's been some headaches, trying to get that back going, but yeah, we're trying to get our connection to TGIF restored, but it's a stubborn gremlin that doesn't seem to want to let up. And System X, I'm not sure what's going on there. I haven't checked the status of System X, so I can't really say what's going on there. And Brandmeister, you just had to mention Brandmeister, our enemy network. Oh boy. Yeah, we used to have a connection to Brandmeister until the administration team of Brandmeister decided to turn against us and yank our connection away because they don't like how we run our network, and they don't like the fact that we are connecting our network to multiple different networks. So they just pulled the plug, and they basically were being really nasty towards us. So yeah, Brandmeister can stick it for all I care. VK2, Victor Kilo 2, November Mike Zulu from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it right back to you. Alright, I believe I wasn't sure, but I think VK2 November Mike Zulu indicated that they were not going to stick around. I'm not too sure. VK2 NMZ from KJ7OMO. We'll try you one more time. Alright, I think that station moved on, so we'll check them out. Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta. Go ahead and take it from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Yeah, okay, Kimberly and everyone else. Yeah, we don't mention that B word here in relation to DMR. Yeah, lots of bad vibes there. So yeah, as for TGIF, I haven't been able to it's a strange one. The problem appears to be inside my master. I'm not sure why. The configuration looks good and the data's getting in, but the master's not bridging it as it should according to the bridging configuration. I may have to take a brute force approach and spin up a second master that only talks to TGIF, and then bridge them via another mode. A bit hackish, but it should work. And the fact that I'm running Docker makes that fairly straightforward. So yeah, that might be this week's project at some stage in between everything else. Anyway, as for the run this morning, I didn't mention, but I had the Melbourne Front Runners gear on, complete with the rainbow bib pin, so I was definitely flying the pride flag up there on the border. So yeah, it certainly shows up. I'll upload a photo to Discord in a minute from today, so see for yourself. Anyway, I won't stick around. As I said, I've got a Zoom meeting later, so I'll just focus on local stuff for the next few hours and then switch across to Zoom around 3:30 local time. Good to catch everyone. It was good that I was able to get back in time for the net. I wasn't sure if I would or wouldn't, but yeah, everything went smoothly and incredibly well-run event. Definitely one to put back on the list for next year. So 7-3 all, I will be around on Discord if needed, and I did reboot All-Star to make sure the Echolink and IRLP bridges work. KJ7OMO, the group BK3JD, I'll listen around and then go QRT.
Alrighty, VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. Well, it's really good hearing from you as always. We're glad you were able to make it, albeit briefly, but yeah, well, hopefully you get the TGIF bridge sorted. I mean, even if it means running a second DMR master and just bridging the two via fusion or something. I mean, whatever it takes. But, yeah, well, hopefully we're able to hear you on the next net. Alright, 7-3 to you. Boy, we're at the bottom of the list already, so let's see. Let's take some more check-ins and see if we have anybody else out there wishing to check into the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you may include your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, and I will be standing by for any additional check-ins to the net.
UTA, Uniform Tango Echo.
Alright, I only got a partial call sign out of that. Try this. Key up, wait about a second or two, and then speak your call sign slowly twice and phonetically so I can be able to catch your call sign. This is a multi-mode, multi-network repeater system, so it takes a bit for all of the repeaters to catch up when you key up. So I'm going to drop the carrier and let's see if we can get you in there.
UTA, Uniform Tango Echo, listening.
I only copied Uniform Tango Echo. What's the, can you repeat your call sign again?
Kilo 2, UTE, Victor Kilo 2.
Alright, I think I got Victor Kilo 2, Uniform Tango Echo, did I got that right?
It's listening only.
Alright, Victor Kilo 2, Uniform Tango Echo with an in and out, listen only. Thanks for checking in, and 7-3. Glad to hear you out there. Who else is out there wishing to check in? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by. Well. It looks like it's just you and I, Alex. Kilo Bravo 7, Papa Sierra Tango from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take it.
KJ7OMO in the net, KB7PST. Yeah, I apologize for naming the network that we don't talk about. Yeah, I knew there were some sort of feelings around it. Didn't quite know all of the story behind that, but it is convenient for the local talk groups here in Oregon. Unfortunately, the hotspot service, the MMBVM service that's provided by the local group, I've had trouble with. I get like a picket fencing noise when I'm trying to go through there, but if I go through that other network, I get a fine signal, clear signal going in. So it's really strange. That, and there's also a group in California that for some reason I'm tickled by, named DMR of Anarchy, that I've listened to a little bit on that particular network. You know, the other networks suit me just fine. I'm learning the DMR and having a hotspot a little finicky sometimes.
Alright, Kilo Bravo 7, Papa Sierra Tango, I heard a beep and then your transmission cut out abruptly. Did your radio die or something? Let's see. Back to you, KB7PST from KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO, KB7PST. I think right towards the end of my transmission, the timeout timer on my handy-talkie keyed in. I've been trying to kind of glance down a little bit and see the counter timing go. I might have to change how long the timeout timer is. Towards the end of the transmission, I was just saying that, like, the MR seems somewhat finicky sometimes. Even getting the calibration on the hotspot took a bit of head scratching and tinkering with things. KG7OMO, KB7PST.
Alright, KB7PST from KJ7OMO, returning. Alright, gotcha there. Well, our network has a 3-minute timeout timer, so if you'd like a longer timeout timer, go ahead and set your radio to 3 minutes, and you'll actually be fine with that. The majority of the networks out there seem to have a 3-minute timer anyway. But yeah, you're sounding pretty good so far, no problem. And yeah, it's a bummer that you got some issues with your local system. And yeah, getting back to cough, Brandmeister coughs a bunch more times before continuing to speak. I'm just being silly here. I could still get on the network as a normal user, but our network, Pride Radio Network, is permanently banned from their network. But I rarely ever get on Brandmeister nowadays. Once in a while I'll get on Talk Group 91 on there, but that's about it. I don't really do anything else, and it's rare that I ever get on that dumb network. I'm usually on System Fusion for the most part. Occasionally I'll do other networks, but System Fusion is the main one. And of course, I'm also on HF a lot. Because, yeah, I just love HF. Alrighty, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have anybody else out there wishing to check in to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need from you are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you may also share your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any additional check-ins to the net.
This is
Oh, here we go. It's Phoebe.
KC3 DIU, Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform. It's Phoebe in Stevens, Pennsylvania.
I thought I recognized that voice somewhere. Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform. Got you down. Who else is out there wishing to check in? My apologies for the constant mouse clicks on YouTube. I need to, one of these days, find a way to filter that out. So bear with me here. Alrighty, folks, as a reminder, if you cannot check in via voice, you can also check in via NetLogger, the YouTube live stream, Discord. You can also email me your check-ins. You could find my email address on QRZ by searching for my call sign. You can check in via Mastodon. You can also check in by sending me a message through WinLink. I also, and in addition to WinLink and all the other stuff, if you happen to know me on the different social media networks out there, you could send me a private message on those, and I can get you a check-in that way as well. Alrighty, folks, with that out of the way, let's send the mic over to Kilo Charlie 3 Victor India Uniform from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Good to hear you out there, girl.
This is Kilo Charlie 3 Victor India Uniform. Yeah, it's glad to be heard from. I was watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine and got myself all lost, and I'm like, oh, wait, I almost forgot. Hi. But yeah, I haven't got much in the way of radio, but I just wanted to tell about some of the things, the adventures I've had in the past couple of days. So, last night I came home and my roommate slash girlfriend was saying that the heating wasn't working, and I'm like, the cooling wasn't working. I'm like, okay. So I went and checked all the basic electrical stuff. Nothing. Everything looks good. And we quick went out to dinner and came back, and so I wasn't hungry anymore. Now I can think a little better. And I'm looking around. I'm like, it's got to be something really simple because the fan won't come on. What would prevent the fan from coming? I look at the bottom of the unit in this place I'm renting, and there's a pan down there, and it's full of water. And I guess what happened was the AC condensate backflowed and spilled into the pan, and then it tripped the water sensor down there, water level sensor. So that shut off. I'm going to have to pause here for the next break so I don't get cut off. And so I'm looking around, and I don't have anything really effective to clean that out. And she goes out into the garage, and she says, hey, what about this wet dry pack? I said, yeah, I got the wet dry pack. I've got no filter, and I've got no hose for it, because a friend of mine gave it to me when she moved, and she didn't have the hose. Hi. So I'm like, great, okay. We went over to Walmart, got a 5-gallon bucket thing, got a 5-gallon bucket, and the little adapter thing you put on the top to make it a wet dry pack, and suck that sucker out, and by golly, the AC came right back online, and we were finally able to sleep. So it would have been uncomfortable. So to celebrate today, we went out and got really, really good sushi, and oh my God, I've never eaten so much sushi in my life, and it was really, really, really yummy. So, oh dear, what a big day. I'll send it back to Net, KC3, VIU, back to KJ7, OMO.
Oh my goodness, that was one heck of a day you had. Oh wow. Well, I'm glad that you were able to get that sorted and you're able to be cooled off again. Wow, that was nuts. Wow. Yeah. Well, stay cool out there in the heat, because it is really hot. And be sure you drink plenty of water, too. Right, before we kick it back up to the top, was there any other station that wanted to check into the net? Alrighty, Kilo Bravo 7, Papa Sierra Tango, go ahead and take the mic away. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
KD7 PST, good evening, Phoebe. Glad. Air conditioner.
Uh-oh.
About food, there was that, farm. They're just really good about it. Like, there's always a place that we can go pretty much anywhere to eat with all the various different food allergies in our household. So yeah, KJ7OMO in the group, KD7 PST.
KB7PST from KJ7OMO returning. Unfortunately, you were cutting in and out, but you were mostly out for the entire transmission until the very end of your transmission, where you came back in and you stayed in. You're going to have to repeat all that again. Back to you.
Hang on, let's see. Try again. KJ7LMO, KB7PSP. Yeah, my hotspot said not great. VER was pretty high that last go around. Not sure what's going on with it. It's, I'm learning it's a finicky little piece of technology. Most of what I was saying was about Phoebe's air conditioning. I'm so glad that that's working now. Terrible beat to me in the heat without it. And, yeah, the nets seems...
Uh-oh. KB7PST from KJ7OMO. Unfortunately, you cut out abruptly again. Not sure what's going on. You may need to check your network. Make sure that your network connection to your hotspot is good. And I'll check your radio antennas and all that stuff. Make sure all that is good. And if you are sitting very close to your hotspot, make sure you lower your radio's power down to as low as it'll go, because sometimes throwing so much wattage out with the hotspot that close is going to mess things up. We're going to send it back over to you to try again. KB7PST from KJ7OMO. Alrighty, well, it looks like Alex is having some issues with her hotspot again. Before I pass it to the next station, let me drop real quick to make sure I'm not doubling. Okay, it doesn't look like I'm doubling. KC3VIU, go ahead and take it. KJ7OMO.
KC3VIU, VB. Yeah, it definitely was really nice to get that fixed because, I mean, it wasn't super warm here last night, but it was humid because we had some storms roll through, and the drain was all plugged up, so I went and got one of those little things that they use to pull hair out of the sink, and shoved it in there and worked it a little bit, and then just got this. Sorry if that was TMI. Is there such a thing on? Well, but anyway, hi. But anyway, it's all cleaned up, and hopefully it's good now. I've even told the management about it. I'm like, you don't need to send anybody out away. Got it fixed. Just a little maintenance or something on it. Put a little bit of bleach in there, hopefully, so that nothing new grows. But yeah, outside of that, and the really good yummies we had today, not a whole lot going on around here. Been fortunate that things are going a little bit better at work, and working on this problem with some starters. I really started figuring out like the deep problems for these things, like the grease isn't right, and and they're not putting grease in certain places, and the brushes and the rotors, and the armature is getting all fouled up and things. And it's like I just took control of this test from a group that had been working on it, and I was just supporting it. I'm like, okay, I really want to find out what's going on here. So, and the folks are really, really happy about it. So, disappointed that this new vendor isn't able to meet all the specs and stuff yet, but, you know, at least I can tell them what's going on with it. Anyway, so things are going good there. And as for Alex, did hear the reply you mentioned about the heat work, the cooling working again, and that's about when you cut out. So, and there was no doubling. There was no doubling when you were speaking before. So anyway, back to net control. This is KC3 VIU. Back to KJ7 LMO.
Alright, KC3VRU from KJ7OMO returning. Nothing to say at this moment, other than an acknowledgement that I copied you 100%. Yeah, let's before we carry on, let's take some more chickens to the Worldwide Pride Net, also known as the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you may also share us your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar she her, and I will be standing by for anybody else out there who wishes to check into the net. Do we have any additional check-ins to the net before we keep going? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for anybody else who would like to check into the net. Already hearing nothing. Let's kick it back up to Kilo Bravo 7, Papa Sierra Tango. Hopefully you've got that hotspot or radio issue sorted. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, go ahead and take it.
AJ7 OMO in the group KB7 PST. I'm trying the other end of the couch, and I'm watching the logs on the hotspot to try to figure out what's going on. I don't know quite why it's being weird. I think I might just call it an early 73 and move on. So 77, 33.
Oh my goodness. Woohoo! Alright, well, it looks like you cut out at the end again, 77 minus 4 to you as well. 7333 and all the numbers, and we'll catch you next time. Hopefully your technical issues will be sorted. Kilo Bravo 7, Papa Sierra Tango from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar saying 7333, and thanks for hanging out with us. We have third-party traffic from a YouTube listener called Xantax, or Xanattax. Sorry if I butchered your username there. Who simply says hello. Well, hey, actually, but hello. KC3 VIU from KJ7OMO. We'll toss it over to you.
This is KC3 VIU. Yeah, that was one of the things that happened that I got this week. Actually, I might have got it last week, but I've forgotten about it. Anyway, long and short of it is, I found somebody that's apparently still making uranium glass, and I don't know if anybody out there is familiar with it, but it is really cool. It's also known as Vaseline glass. It looks like the glass is roughly colored like we're made of Vaseline, sort of an off yellowish sort of color, and they put they can put in as little as 1 or 0.2% of uranium dioxide by mass in with the glass, and whenever you shine a strong ultraviolet light on the bottom of the glass, this thing just lights up a spectacular color of green. It's beautiful. It really, really is. And I got an owl, a little owl that can be used for like a toothpick holder. It's maybe 4 inches, not 3 inches tall, maybe 4 inches tall. It is the cutest little thing, and I've always been fascinated by this stuff. I'm pretty sure it's genuine, because they seem to be making this stuff again. And while I don't have a Geiger counter, it does exactly what it's supposed to in the way that it fluoresces. And it's not really dangerous as long as you don't put it next to your head for a long period of time. Having it in the same room isn't a problem, because distance squared, all that good stuff. So, and there's so little of the material in there anyway. So, but it's really, really neat, and I just wanted to see if anyone else had heard of that. I'll post a picture of it when I get a chance. KC3VIU, back to net control, KJ7, OMO.
Hi, KC3VIU from KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, that does sound beautiful. It really does. Though being that it's made of radioactive material, I don't know. I don't even trust it. Even if they say it's safe, as long as you don't put it too close to you or something, I don't know. I still don't trust it. I'm just that way. I don't trust it. If they say it might be a little sketchy or something, no, I'm not gonna go for it. But yeah, that does sound really pretty though. Not gonna lie. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's go ahead and shake that tree and see if we can extract some more people from it and get some more check-ins on the list. All I need are your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically. And you may give us your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I am standing by for any additional check-ins from anyone, anywhere. Alright, Alrighty, do we have anybody else out there that would like to check in? Please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alrighty, folks, as a reminder, if you're not able to check in via voice, you may check in via NetLogger, the YouTube live stream, Mastodon, Discord. You can also send me an email to check in. You can find my email by looking me up on QRZ. That's Quebec Romeo Zulu, QRZ, or QRZ.com. You can search my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, KJ7OMO, and you can find my email listed there. You can also, and in case if the email is hidden, you could scroll around there and you'll eventually find my website. You could open up my website, which is KimberlyChase.com, and you can also send me a message through that, and I'll be able to get to you. And if you're really having difficulty checking in, that's okay. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, at gmail.com is my email address. You can check in with that in case if you aren't able to, click on my email on the QRZ. And I also accept check-ins via WinLink. WinLink is a good way to check in as well. And if you're not a licensed ham, well, I encourage you to study for your license and get your license and join us. And join us once you get your license, and you'll have a whole lot of fun. And I see one of our YouTube check-ins is working on their license, and I do encourage them to keep on working at it I'm losing my words here. Basically, to get the license and join us. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated. All right. KC3VIU from KJ7OMO for to you.
This is KC3VIU. Yes. My mind immediately saw the cube when you said that. I'm like, oh no. No, they're coming. Oh, wait. Okay. No, we're safe. Hi. Yeah, so, but I did post an image of what the little owl looks like on the Discord server. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Kimberly, and yeah, that's, I don't know if anybody watches Blanche. I can't remember her name, my full name right now. I'm even on the, even one of her Patreons. But she's a tech, and she is like a member of the IEEE, whatever, for like branch out of Philadelphia and stuff like that. She's in like the Fran Blanche. Yes, that's right. But she was doing a video once where she had some radium dialed clocks and other instrumentation stuff. Now that's the stuff I really wouldn't want to mess with. It would have, because if you break the glass, the stuff just gets everywhere. But because the uranium's embedded in the glass, pretty much only the gamma and I guess possibly beta particles might come out. But, it's just really such a low level that I'm not really worried about it. At any rate, that's just me. And, your mileage may vary. Who knows? And I certainly hope it isn't that anyone getting this gets injured. I really would love to order a Geiger count. At any rate, one moment for the break.
Here we go. Alright, KC3VIU from KJ7 OMO returning. Yeah, that's a neat little owl thing. Yeah, I've seen videos where people would take these random things off online, you know, containing uranium, and they tested them, and they apparently, a lot of them apparently contain dangerous levels of that stuff. So, I don't know. Me, I would not touch it myself, but yeah, that still looks quite interesting, though. Not gonna lie, it's got that really nice glow to it. Alright, looks like it's just the Phoebe and Kimberly show at this moment, unless there is somebody else out there wishing to check in. If you'd like to check in, all I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you may share us your pronouns if you wish. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I am looking for more check-ins to the net. Yeah, it looks like it's just you and I, and here's some third-party traffic from YouTube. User X-Ray Alpha November Alpha Tango Alpha X-Ray Xanatex. I cannot pronounce the name correctly, I'm pretty sure. Who says something quite quite interesting here. And I quote, "Who's afraid of a couple of beta particles? I remember CRT monitors, just a beam of particles right in front of our faces." And unquote. Ah, yes, CRT monitors. Oh boy. I remember those cathode ray tubes quite fondly. Back to you, Phoebe, KC3VIU from KJ7OMO. And to the YouTube listener, keep working on your license. You're doing good. You're getting there.
KC3VIU here. Yeah, I've always been fascinated by the tubes and, you know, the warnings like X-ray emissions possible, blah blah blah. And I thought that would just be so cool. And but I have nothing to kind of measure that with. And but I always thought the possibility was fascinating. I think that fluorite is supposed to be able to glow in the presence of that, and it's possible because of the higher energy particles that I mean, if ultraviolet light will trigger the radium glass, and it's possible X-rays might as well. Or uranium glass. I'm sorry, uranium glass. It's possible that the X-rays might as well, but I don't have a steady enough source of X-rays that I'm prepared to just test it out with. At any rate, I think I doubled up on you a little bit, Kimberly. I had come back in after my app had locked up, so but I'll go ahead and send it back to you once more, and but just letting you know, I'll probably be checking out after this. But as I say, back to you, KC3VIU, back to KJ7 OMO.
KC3VIU from KJ7 OMO returning. Yeah, copy that. I'm probably going to wind things down as well since we're not getting any other people on the net. And you said something about Fran Blanche. Is it the actual, or is she the? Did you actually meet the Fran Blanche that I see on YouTube all the time? You know, Fran Lab or Fran whatever the heck. I think she calls her channel Fran Lab. Before we get to you, who else is out there wishing to check in? If we don't get anybody else, we'll go ahead and shut things down. But is there anybody else out there wishing to check in to the net? Please come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, last call. Any other check-ins before we shut things down? Please come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. KC3VIU from KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it.
KC3VIU? Yeah, thanks, Kimberly. Yes, it is the same person. I can't say as I met her, but I am one of the Patreon people, and you can see my name in the title as it scrolls through. That's like really cool. And have been for a year and a half now or so. It's interesting, I discovered her right about a month, no, I'm sorry, it was about 2 weeks after after my egg had officially cracked. And I'm listening to this person, I'm like, wow, this person's really bright and all these really cool things, and I'm like, I wonder. And it took me quite some period of time to realize that she herself was trans. It never really meant that much to me beforehand. I mean, I definitely was interested / fascinated because I felt like that could be me. And then, of course, once discovering it, it's like there's this whole plethora of people out there who identify as trans. I'm like, oh, it's going to be okay. I'll give the system a break here. KC3VAU again. I was absolutely fascinated. She does some amazing videos. She's lifetime or whatever member of the IEEE now. She was elected to that, or voted that she could receive this award or something like that, which is really cool. But she's, technically only about an hour and a half away or something. I'm not sure where she's at. And of course, I would never go down, but it's like, not without, like if there was any kind of like meet and greet or something like that, I would really love to do that because, again, she was like really pivotal in that timing of me discovering that there are other trans folk out there. It really was cool. At any rate, so Blue High and I are going to say farewell. I'll listen for some final comments from you. This is KC3VIU sending 3373, and we'll give for Blue High, we'll give a 333. Anyway, hi. This is KC3VIU over to KJ7OMO and clear.
KC3VIU from KJ7OMO returning. Copy that. Wow, that is so amazing. Yeah, I watch her videos every now and then, and oh my goodness, she has a lot of wonderful content out there, and I so wish she would go get her ham radio license, because, doggone, she has so much knowledge, she has so much, this and that. She could definitely pass her ham radio exam if she wanted. Maybe we should try and encourage her to get her ham radio ticket and join us on this net, because it would be really fun to have her aboard. Anyways, 3373 and all the numbers to you, and yeah, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out. There was another station on the YouTube live stream that tried to check in via TGIF, but I forgot to mention that the TGIF bridge is broken at the moment. From what I understand, we are able to be heard on TGIF, but we are unable to hear anybody on TGIF at this time because of a malfunctioning relay somewhere in the network. So if you're on TGIF, you're trying to check in, well, you're going to have to check in via the alternative methods that you could reach our network. And if you'd like to know what those alternate methods are, you could find that out by going to prideradionetwork.com. That is prideradionetwork.com. We have loads of other ways you can get in. But anyways, now that everybody's checked out, everybody's gone, before I shut the net down, we're going to make one final call. Yeah, I know I said final call earlier, but it means that somebody tried to get in. We're going to make one final call for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere, if you'd like to join us on the net, please come now with your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're also welcome to share your pronouns if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any last-minute final round of check-ins.
Kilo Fox 4 Hotel Zulu uniform. Kilo Fox 4 Hotel Zulu uniform via free DMR this time.
Alright, Kilo Foxtrot 4 Hotel Zulu uniform. Got you down right there on the wire. Who else is out there wishing to check in at the last minute?
KC3VIU, you can mark them active again if conversation gets going.
Alright, and we have a returning check-in from KC3VIU. We'll go ahead and get you back in there. Anybody else? Well, doggone! Right when I was going to shut things down, they all come out of the woodwork. Funny how that works. Alrighty, Kilo Foxtrot 4 Hotel Zulu uniform from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah, KF4HZU. Don't really have any traffic other than to say that if you need some help troubleshooting that link to TGIF, feel free to hit me up on Mastodon. I know we've communicated back and forth there, and I finally made it to one of your nets. But yeah, that really sucks if that's broken. I'd definitely like to help fix it, because I just programmed that into a radio that is on the way to a friend of mine who is blind and also really interested in checking into this net. And it'd be really unfortunate if he was unable to do that because it's broken. So maybe we can help you get that fixed up, or possibly find some alternative hosting for you as well. Anyway, back to that. KJ7OMO, KF4HZU.
Alright, KF4HZU from KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, copy that. Well, the person that's managing the DMR bridges is Victor Kilo 3 Juliet Echo Delta. Victor Kilo 3 Juliet Echo Delta. He's the one that handles our DMR bridge, and from what I understand, he looked at all his configurations and everything, and they all looked correct, and everything looks good, but somehow we're only getting one-way traffic. It used to work quite well, actually. We used to be able to get two-way traffic into TGIF, but something along the lines, along the network broke, and he just cannot figure out what broke. So he's thinking about setting up a temporary hack of a link, when he's able to. Right now he's got other things going on, but once he's back home, then he wants to try and set up a temporary hack of a link to a TGIF using a different server or something, just to get that back up. But yeah, you can go ahead and reach out to him, and yeah, maybe both of you could share some ideas and see if we can get that TGIF bridge back up and running, because that bridge has been broken for I think a few months now. So it's high time that we get that bridge fixed. Alrighty, KC3VIU, go ahead and take it back, KJ7OMO.
KC3VIU? Yeah, boy, I mean, I can do regular computer networks, but as far as the amateur radio network stuff goes, that's so a little over my head yet. I'm fascinated, just like to virtually no end about it, but it's going to take a little time before I get the hang of how all those little things, I mean, a regular, not is, even analog or digital, type system isn't bad, but when you start involving protocols, internet protocols and stuff, it's like, oh boy. I mean, I get that kind of thing at the root level, but it's, never having seen it implemented, it's sort of a little overhead. Anyway, okay, back to net control, KC3VIU.
KC3VIU from KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, a network like ours gets very complicated, but the way we put it all together, it's trying to keep things short and simple, but basically we have a whole bunch of different open source software that we have linked together, and each software connects to the network that we want to, have this network on, and most of the networks aren't really meant to talk to each other, but the open source software we run basically allows those networks to talk to each other by translating their signals and all that stuff. It's kind of weird how it works and all that stuff. And for certain networks, and for a certain network called D-Star, it's a combination of open source software and a hardware transcoder that needs to get that network going. So yeah, we have like a patchwork of different software that's linking everything together, and it's a very complicated mess in the background to try and get all of the networks that we support linked together and working. KF4HZU from KJ7OMO. I see your question on YouTube, and I'll post a response to that here as soon as I stop transmitting. Go ahead and take the mic in the meantime. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Alright, KF4HZU from KJ7OMO. If you can hear me, I sent you the person's call sign on the YouTube live stream. Go ahead and take the link, take the mic if you're still able to hear me. Uh-oh, we have some trouble. Yeah, I heard a quick thing, and then yeah. Okay, apparently that station's having connection issues. I think I heard a quick little audio blip, and that was it. And anyways, before I shut things down, do we have any additional check-ins out there? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any additional check-ins. Oh, I am getting really tired. I'm almost ready to hit the A. I haven't had much sleep.
Kilo 3, Juliet Delta, recheck on Fusion.
I mean, oh wow! Tony is back! Woohoo! Ah, Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta. I see you came back out of the woodwork. Got you down. Who else is out there? Alrighty, Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take it.
Okay, Kimberly, just a quick recheck. I was having a chat on Discord, and someone asked about minimum specs in a roundabout fashion. They were not sure if MMDVN had run on the lowest spec Raspberry Pi. I did say I had a hotspot that's on a Pi 0, which is this one that's on System Fusion. So, just showing that, you can run an MMDVN hotspot on a Pi 0, no problem at all. The interface is a bit slow on the web side, but the RF side works perfectly. KJ7 Alamo, K3JD.
Alright, VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. Copy that. Well, one of speaking of that kind of stuff, one of the people that's checked in on the net might have a solution for you for the broken TGIF issue, and we're gonna have them up here in just a bit. But before we get that station up, let's switch it over to KC3 VIU real quick from KJ7 OMO.
This is KC3VIU. Yeah, I'm gonna, this is just a loss of other stations, so I'll go ahead and sign back out again. 3373, and from my Blue High, 333. Hopefully nobody's using that number. And if not, we'll call it a 3333. At any rate, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sign out then. This is KC3VIU. I'll be clear on final. Back to KJ7 OMO.
Alright, Fable 3373 again, and you have a wonderful night. Kilo Foxtrot 4 Hotel Zulu uniform from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. Go ahead and take the mic.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes!
VK3JEDK4H is at you. If you want to shoot me an email or something, like here, the information's up to date, and I'd like to help you troubleshoot that issue with the connection to TGIF. I think I can probably help you get that fixed, since I literally just set up a connection to TGIF to my club's XLX reflector, so I've just dove into the weeds of all that mess. So yeah, feel free to reach out. We can collaborate on it and hopefully get you guys back up and running on TGIF as well. So back to that KJ7LMO KF4H City.
Alright, VK3JED, I'll go ahead and pass it over to you for a response, KJ7 OMO.
Okay, can you believe it? I'll have that up there again. The reflector doesn't,
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
The XLX issue, turns out it handles DMR IDs a little to a traditional DMR master. So yeah, so I've got the XLX sorted. Yeah, but my setup's very different. It's based around a 3 DMR fork of HP Link 3 DMR master software. It's the same software used on the 3 DMR network. And all my connections are working. All my data's traversing the network, but for some reason, even though I've got the register set up in rules of Pi, the traffic from coming in from TGI appears it's seen entering on the incoming UDP port bound for the one that HP Link 3 is listening on, but it's not being forwarded to the other three. Of the service, so that's the issue. Probably the best place to get details of the Pride NetOps on the Discord. Otherwise, you can send me an email. It's almost easy for you to send me. That avoid having to rely on me remembering to do it. Yeah, I've got a Zoom meeting in a little over an hour and a half, so I'll probably get distracted fairly quick. Anyway, that's the problem in a nutshell. KJ7OMO with the group at K3JD.
VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. Unfortunately, you were badly broken up through your entire transmission, except for bits and pieces of it here and there where you came in clearly. But for the most part, you were cutting in and out, and you were broken up quite bad. Anyways, to the other station listening, yeah, it's easier to coordinate with us on our Discord, and if you like, you can join our Discord server by heading over to prideradio.group. That is prideradio.group. And if you're still on the YouTube live stream, I've posted a link to that on the Discord, and anybody could join. Even unlicensed hams can join the server as well. We're going to put it back to you, Tony. VK3JED from KJ7OMO. Hopefully your signal will clear up some.
We'll try that a bit closer to the hotspot. Say if this doesn't work, then there's some other issue. Yeah, I might have been getting some descents from the beast hotspot that's sitting right next to the fusion one. So yeah, I moved up to where the hotspot is, and hopefully I'm getting in there. Yeah, on fusion running the Pi Zero on the fusion side. So yes, it does work. I'm hearing you loud and clear, so I've got a feeling it's a decent issue. I just got to be in the right end of the house. Yeah, thanks for the offer. Yeah, might be better for you to email me only because, and I'm good in Kilo Z. Victor Kilo 3 Juliet Echo Delta. The only reason I say that is I'm likely to forget. Yeah. But anyway, I'm not running XLX. I'm running the free DMR variant of HP Link 3, and as far as I can tell, the configuration's right. It's TGIF is in the correct bridge in rules.py. And it bridges to the other networks. Like, I don't know why others had issues with System X, but it is known to work. It has worked consistently in the past. So yeah, I'll look at that too. Yeah, for some reason I've checked packet sniffs, the data's coming in from TGIF, and it does actually reach the port that HP Link's listening on, but it's not being forwarded to the other talk groups on the bridge. But traffic route going to TGIF is being forwarded. Someone else did give me a hint that it didn't work. In fact, their hint, I couldn't even implement the self-care. In fact, it looks like I've already set up the static that they were talking about. The self-care had no controls set up static on that end. Anyway, that's the issue. Hopefully you heard me that time, mate. KJ7OMO, the group there. 3JD, I just hit my alligator just as I was handing it over.
Alrighty, VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. 100% copy until the end, but when my local All-Star gremlin hit me, but that only affects me and me only. The rest of the network was able to copy you 100%. So, yeah, got everything. Kilo Foxtrot 4 Hotel Zulu uniform from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll toss it back to you.
Yeah, Roger. I copied all. I sent the thing in there so we can chat on Discord. But yeah, HB Link 3. I'm not sure about the custom version you're using, but that is what I've also set up. And there were definitely some little quirks with getting TGIF to work with consistently with 2A audio. But it seemed to be mostly like the fact that the HB Link side had to transmit first to TGIF, and then TGIF audio would be returned to it. And yeah, I guess setting up the static linking might work, but yeah, there's a thing with that. But I got it working. Pretty much just somebody on the HB Link side of things. By any of the links on there just has to say something, and then it'll pop in and start working, or at least that's been my experience so far. But yeah, I'd be happy to help you troubleshoot if you'd like another set of eyes on there. I'm fairly good at troubleshooting this kind of stuff since I troubleshoot a lot of different things for my day job. Anyway, back to that, man. KJ7LMOK for HZU.
Alrighty, KF4HZU from KJ7OMO returning. Before we kick it back up to the top, do we have anybody else out there looking to check into the net? Please come now with your call sign slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alrighty, Tony, VK3JED, go ahead and take it, KJ7OMO.
Okay, Kimberly, and yeah, that doesn't sound like my problem because every time we talk here, we are sending data to the TGIF network. So yeah, the HB Link is definitely sending data, and yeah, if you connect to TGIF, you can hear it. And I am seeing, when I patch Smith, I am seeing traffic being sent when you key up on TGIF. But for some reason, it looks like it's within the HB Link software. It's not being forwarded. And I'm not getting anything in the log either, which is not very helpful, but for some reason it's not being forwarded from the TGIF connection to the other connections on the bridge, and not even appearing on the local master. Yeah, you can drop me an email or wait until you're approved for the Discord, and yeah, we have a channel called Pride NetOps that we discuss these sorts of issues in near real time in the tech side of Discord. So yeah, there's a few options. Anyway, yeah, thanks for the offer, and we can have a play with troubleshooting, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm open to ideas, but yeah, we are definitely, as we are talking now, we are definitely sending data to TGIF, and if you hop on TGIF, whether you use Floydstar or another hotspot, you'll definitely hear our traffic being sent there. But yeah, you won't get anything back in the other direction. Yeah, we'll continue this on another meeting. I better get out of here, be somewhat sociable for the next hour and a half before this Zoom meeting starts. It's another group. We met 10 years ago at this time of the year at a conference, and it was the first of a program which has since been upgraded and rolled out over the past several years. So yeah, we'll sort of be like the pilot. And we're having a 10-year reunion on Zoom. Anyway, KD7 Almoa, the group VK3JD.
Alrighty, VK3JED from KJ7OMO returning. Okay, apparently my netlogger messed up very badly. I don't know what happened, but I apparently lost part of the log. That's alright, well, I'll try and recover it later. KF4HZU from KJ7OMO, go ahead and take it. And by the way, Tony, 7-3 to you, and we'll catch you next time. What the heck is netlogger doing? Alright, Kilo Foxtrot 4 Hotel Zulu uniform from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you're calling me because I actually lost audio from free DMR for quite a while. Guessing more issues with linking there. So back to you.
Oh boy. Alright, Tony, are you still with us? VK3JED from KJ7OMO. Apparently your audio got dropped out even though I heard you.
Yeah, not sure what's going on there. Free DMR's never given us a moment's trouble. It's usually very good. That one's an open bridge. It's been running for several months, and it's been rock stable. So yeah, unless we're keying a bit quick in between overs, perhaps KJ7OMO, VK3JD.
Alright, well I heard you. Let's see, KF4HZU, were you able to hear Tony's transmission this time?
Yes, that one, that last one was perfectly fine. KF4HZU.
Okay, Tony, go ahead and take it KJ7OMO. Oh, great.
Yeah, I think what we've covered, what we haven't. Yeah, not sure what's going on with free DMR. As I said, that one's usually rock solid. Yeah, the TGIF yeah, we are definitely sending you data to the master. You can check for yourself with Droid Star or anything else. It's just for some reason not being forwarded back on the bridge. So we'll have to look through that at some stage. I can't see anything wrong in the configuration. You know, either the configuration for the individual bridges or the rules.pop on the network. So yeah, a little bit of a mystery. So that's where we're at. Anyway, drop us that email and we can discuss it there, or wait till we're ready to do the Discord. That may take a day or two, depending on when someone gets around to the approval process. KJ7RMO, the group VK3J there.
Alright, KF4HZU, go ahead and take it back, KJ7OMO.
Yeah, that sounds good. I will shoot you an email. Thank you very much. I'll hopefully talk to you in the near future. I think more eyes will probably get it situated for you. Good night, back to net, KG7LMO, KF4HZU.
Alrighty. Do we have any additional check-ins to the net before we shut things down? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any additional check-ins. Alrighty, do we have any additional comments from any station that was previously checked in? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, standing by for any final comments.
I'll just say 730, and thanks to KF4HZU, I'll keep an eye out for your email. KJ7RMO, VK3JD clear.
Alrighty, Tony, 7-3 to you, and thanks for hanging out, and we look forward to hearing you again on the net. Any additional final comments before we shut things down? By the way, Jesse, 7-3 to you as well, and thanks for your check-in on the network. Alrighty, folks, that concludes our net for today. Thank you all for participating and bringing fun to the airwaves. I would like to express gratitude to the Waverley Amateur Radio Society in Sydney and the team behind the VK3RBO repeater for allowing us to use their systems to relay this net. Special thanks to VK3JED and VK2WAY for their contributions, as well as the entire Pride Radio group for making this net and network possible. I now release all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to their regular amateur use. Once again, thank you once again, and 7-3 to everyone from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. We'll leave that open. We'll leave the YouTube open for just a sec, see if we have any afternet traffic. If not, we'll shut things down. Doesn't look like there's any afternet traffic. Alrighty, YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, and, yeah, we'll catch you next time. 7-3 YouTube from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar.